Phone. I believe we can have time to go to that. We have Clara Tuma, a public information officer with the Lower Colorado River Authority. And Clara, Yvonne here, Albert's also here. What can you tell us about the flooding here this morning?
I can tell you this is a phenomenal flood wave that's come at us from not only the Llano River, but the Sandy Creek and some of the other tributaries as well. This is a monumental amount of water. It has come primarily into Lake LBJ, but we've also had a significant amount of rain elsewhere. We have floodgates open at Wirtz Dam. We have floodgates open at Starkey Dam, and that water is being moved downstream into Lake Travis. This is a very serious situation. LCRA has closed the lakes from Lake Travis upward. That is Lake Travis, Lake Marble Falls, Lake LBJ, Inks Lake, and Lake Buchanan. We have closed immediately until further notice. These flows are high. These flows are fast. There's debris in the water. This is not the day to be out on the lakes. The only exception to that is public safety. If there's a public safety officer, of course, they have a reason to be out there. Everybody else needs to stay away. You need to get away from these lakes. They are high. Water is rising. The flows are continuing to come in to our lakes. And so we need everybody to do what you can to keep yourself safe.
Hey, Clara, it's Albert here at KVO. I got a quick question when it comes to Lake Travis. We've got the three main arteries. Of course, the Llano River, we've got the Pedernales River and Sandy Creek. A lot of water coming through all three of those arteries right now. We're sitting good, we're sitting okay right now, especially with that flood pool at Lake Travis. But talk about, for folks that are watching around Lake Travis and especially downstream, if there is any indications from the hydrologists there that we may see any kind of dam operations at Mansfield Dam in the days to come.
There is that possibility, and stay tuned for more information on that relatively quickly, I would think. We have a lot of water moving into Lake Travis. Lake Travis is full for water supply purposes at elevation 681 feet above mean sea level. Our projections are that we will reach that in relatively quick order, and then we would go into the flood pool. Now, there is a massive flood pool of 33 feet on top of that where we can store floodwaters. But what we'd like to do is to be able to release it thoughtfully downstream at a time so that we can protect both Lake Travis, protect the water supply, and also we have some controls on how much can be released downstream at any given time. So follow LCRA on Twitter, follow LCRA on our flood operations report for the very latest. And Albert, I will let you all know if there is a decision as to what activity may take place at Mansfield Dam, and then, of course, further downstream at Tom Miller Dam, right, which creates Lake Austin, which is the next lake downstream.
And Claire, I actually have a graphic on my weather computer showing where Lake Travis is when it's full, plus that 33-foot flood pool. But that flood pool, if you have a few more minutes, that protects areas downstream. That's there for Lake Austin and Lady Bird Lake. If we go above 681, we're going to start having problems for residents that live around Lake Travis. Is that correct?
You would start having residents for people who live in low-lying areas around Lake Travis. Absolutely.
And also, one more thing, I know we mentioned briefly, but also a lot of the lakes are closed, right? Can you just give us some of the lakes that are closed because of all this water? Yes,
I can tell you that LCRA has closed Lake Travis, Lake Marble Falls, Lake LBJ, Inks Lake, and Lake Buchanan until further notice. You'll notice Lake Austin is not on that list yet. That is, the city of Austin has jurisdiction over Lake Austin. LCRA does not. So LCRA has closed the lakes that LCRA has jurisdiction over this morning. These flows are tremendous. This will clearly be a record-setting flood. And I want to encourage everyone, take this very seriously. If you've seen a little flood before where one floodgate was open for an hour, that's a serious situation. This is monumentally more serious than that.
I think if you didn't think it was serious, I think you're really stressing that and you're getting that point across, Clara. I really appreciate you joining us.
My pleasure. I hope everybody stays safe. And Yvonne and Albert, thank you for everything you're doing to help people stay safe by helping them understand this situation is not to be taken lightly. Don't play with this.